don't know the first thing about swords.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again.
That's it. Off you trot. Lest you want to end up like old Finn.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on. One of us will kill our own.
Ifan raises his eyebrows.
Can we just skip to the
I'm
part
busy
where
watching for clues, sorcerer. Go take your sub-story somewhere else.
Mad? Insufferable, surely. I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right. I always
A
knew
broad
you'd
dwarf sits totally up. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
like wolves around a campfire.
Listen up, boy. You hear that?
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with him.
Ask what you must. I've nothing to hide.
He turns his head toward you, looking you up and down, and smiles before turning his attention to the ship once more.
You look like a boy to me.
Till overboiling a bit of cabbage becomes...
Listen if you're interested, or get gone if you aren't.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right. I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Mest. Your kind always...
It's a register, sir. Good, good. Magister Williams is just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far? I'm glad to hear it. You head on in now. Williams will get you shot.
Keep those bolts trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
You seem on edge, officer. What on earth is the matter?
Murder most foul, and I strongly suspect you know all about it.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
No, I'm afraid I always perform my part solo. Do stay and watch, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts Source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
What happened?
hound paws desperately at its snout. It winces as it draws blood from its wet black nose and continues scratching.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters!